before we get started, I just wanted everybody to realize, especially guys, that every one of us as a guy out there wishes he could last longer in bed. Mm-hmm. We've all tried crazy things to keep ourselves distracted during sex, like thinking about baseball, saying the Pledge of Allegiance in our head, trying to remember every movie that Jason Bateman has ever been in, which is a lot of them. Maybe your grandma taking a shit. I don't know what distracts you and keeps you from finishing too fast, but none of it's reliable. But I have some great news. The folks at Roman, an online men's health company, are changing the game with Roman Swipes. Roman Swipes are the secret to longer lasting sex. Roman Swipes are clinically proven as a way to last longer in bed. They're effective, easy to use, fast acting, and doctor recommended, but do not require a prescription. That's important. There's no prescription required. Roman can ship swipes to you in discreet, unmarked packaging, and each swipes packet is small enough to hide in your wallet for whenever you need it. Swipes are great when they will not transfer to your partner if that's what you're worried about. You can have longer-lasting sex without worrying about numbing things on the receiving end of the operation. They're super easy to use. Just take the swipes out of the packet, apply, let it dry, and you're good to go. That's it. Keep Roman Swipes in your back pocket for longer, better sex, and get yours fast with free 2-day shipping by visiting GetRoman.com/Heartland. That's GetRoman.com/Heartland.
Did you go to Bob's house this morning?
Yeah.
All morning?
Yeah, all morning. That shit was, yeah, and I got in at like 2 this morning. But, dude, Adderall is a motherfucker.
Amen.
Let's keep it 100. I could fucking fly a fighter jet right now. I'm fine. Like, let's do 2 back-to-back, fellas. Come on.
The first time I took Adderall was the day I retired.
Really?
Literally the day I retired. And I tweeted that I now see why they view this as a performance-enhancing drug. I feel like I can run through a fucking fence right now. And I was competing against guys that were like medically, what's it called? They get a medical exemption to take Adderall. And I'm like, these guys should not be playing in the same field as these other guys that aren't taking it.
It's a stimulant.
Oh,
Let's keep it 100.
Yeah.
Because when you get your Adderall, like, you can call it whatever you want, but when you get it, the label says methamphetamine.
Yeah, I tried to punch a bouncer from the other side of a glass door.
wall, yeah.
So that's what it does.
Also,
well.
our sales guy.
Yeah.
Todd and Adderall don't mix greatly.
No.
So you wanted to fly on it. You wanted to fight. It's a real fight or flight fucking drug.
It gets you going. That's what we're saying.
That's
yeah.
a quality Yelp review.
Yeah, whatever you need to get up for. It's really.
I tried Adderall, and I tried to fight a bouncer on the other side of a double-pane soundproof glass. Good for us. It was a late one for us last night out.
Just shooting the shit and letting it rip. Hey, let's go. It's time for Heartland Radio.
Here we go. Welcome to Heartland Radio 2.0. Hey, I couldn't be happier. Pat arranged for a guest to be here today.
No. This dude's just a good guy. He's in town.
Yeah.
Has to come by.
And I've always enjoyed hanging out with you. I've always enjoyed watching you do stand-up comedy. People got to know that you are on a show. It's getting ready to get its 3rd season.
Daily Blast Live, that's right. Appreciate it.
Yeah. And not only have you been an accomplished stand-up comedian for a while, but you've done a lot of acting. You were on Legit, I think, with
Jim Jeffries.
Shout
out to the homie.
So
He's a hilarious human being.
He's hilarious on and on. I fuck with. Can we curse?
Yeah. Please.
No.
I fuck with comics that are funny off stage too.
Yeah.
I toured with Bill Bellamy when I first started my career. He's hilarious off stage. I think it's weird when comics aren't funny off stage.
it is weird. You're
That's
like,
why I started doing
fuck.
comedy. That's why I started doing comedy.
But you're just a naturally funny dude. Both of y'all are just. You guys are funny. You guys, because y'all. I think if you hang out in bars, you get funny.
I agree.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that? Like you
100%.
interact.
Those are normally the humans that go to bars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally the funny humans.
And if you don't, people will run right through you. You got
Yeah.
to be able to bust balls, you know what I mean, and hold your ground.
Hey,
Right.
you're never gonna get a drink back there. You fucking unfunny. But Bob and Tom, when these comedians would come through, there was guys that I was like, man, they're making millions of dollars to be funny, and they are not funny. And that's why I started doing comedy.
There's an alarming number of comedians that are not funny once they step off that stage. an alarming.
Why
number.
is that? Because they're just reading a script up there? Is that what it is?
I think they're just antisocial personalities. They do have a good mind for writing and then saying out loud what they wrote, but when it comes to just having a conversation and just hanging out, they're just so awkward. They can't pull
Is
it
there a
off.
difference between like wit and then being
Yep.
able to write and prepare for it?
Yeah,
Maybe?
like somebody can be a humorist in writing form, but not necessarily outside of that. I think
And
it's-
also, I think let's keep it real. I mean, everybody wants to. We like to have things be dramatic, like it was a calling for me to do stand. I think I think some people just look at it as like a gig. I remember when I was I started my career in Miami, and
Al Jackson, by the way.
Thanks.
Yes.
Comedian Al Jackson.
Voice in the room.
Find him on social media.
I was
Al
waiting for it. I was
Jackson.
waiting for
Yeah, I kept waiting to chime in. there.
That's on me,
Taking a
Todd.
break.
100% of it.
No. It's going to be fine.
My chair's broke.
Yeah, but like I realized early, like,
Early.
because I thought all the comics were going to be fun and partying, and like I would see comics that were like literally you could leave the room at 8:05 on Friday night and come back at 8:06 on Saturday night, and they'd be on the same joke because it was like a speech.
Yeah.
And it's like the guys that I hung out with were just funny dudes all the time, and like when we do stand up, I'll be on a different joke because I forgot.
Right.
Because I'm stupid. I'm not memorizing anything. So I don't know. I guess there's different ways to do it. And those guys are all millionaires.
Yeah, maybe.
So let's see who got the last laugh.
Is Jim Jeffries as fucked up off stage as he is on stage? As he is on stage, as he seems on stage?
He's the exact same dude.
Okay. So like the story about putting the egg in his ass, completely.
100% true. I swear on my kids' lives. There's nothing.
Okay, for people that don't know this story,
that's
I'd
okay.
like to hear this story.
Let's get the story.
I don't know the egg in the ass story, but I know it's true. Because I worked with Jim. The way that we became friends is I did the first, when I was still in Miami as the house MC down there, I was still teaching middle school at the time. Jim came into town, and I did his first his show on American soil with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know who he was because I'm down in Miami. Like, no white headliners came to the Miami Improv and sold out. That was not. If there's a white headliner, Gabriel Iglesias got the flu. Like, there's no way that a white dude is coming in. And I was like, who is this? I was like, I know stand up. I love stand up. I was like, I've never heard of this dude. I had actually seen him before on a clip, but I didn't realize it was him. But I was like, who is this dude? But he has such a European following.
Yeah.
Because Jim is world famous. Jim is like, you go to South Africa and they're like billboards for it. Like, Jim's like that different kind of fame. So he sells out shows in Singapore, that kind of shit. And so like the first time I went out with him, we performed together and then we went out and partied. And I was like, oh, dudes from Europe drink differently. They're like, we're gonna get 9 drinks on us and then we're gonna go to the bar. And like he was hammered and like bumping into Hispanic dudes that were not about that life. And like he's kind of like, and I'm like, they don't play that shit down here, dog. These dudes do not fist fight. But ever since then, we bonded and we've been friends forever, dog. So that's the homie. Yeah, but but what's the egg and ass story?
Long story short, what his special, I can't remember what it was, Burning in Hell, something where he did, he talked about the pandas and shit like that too. But basically, he was, I believe, on tour, and he was
in the ass and the pandas and shit.
he was bored on tour or something like that, and he was in his hotel room, and he didn't have anything else to do, so he decided to buy a vibrating egg that went in his ass to fuck around with, and like the cord broke off, and he got it stuck in his ass, and it was a whole joke about how he had to fucking get it out and shit like that. Yeah. It was hilarious.
That's one I've never had that urge.
Closer.
Never had that urge to have anything up there.
Have you been bored though in Singapore?
It's true. I'm not as traveled. I will admit I'm not as traveled.
Yeah, I think the asshole is early on if that's your thing or not.
I think you're right.
And
I would agree.
this is just what I heard, but I heard that's why some people might have not wanted that Robert Kraft video out. Is I heard that it wasn't just HJ. Some dudes are into that.
They are.
Whatever.
Little rusty trombone.
Yeah. Look, man, that's some people's thing.
Yeah, I tell you what, you could really wormhole on what people are into sexually.
You did
Some
that on
weird
purpose?
shit.
You did that on purpose.
I've done it on purpose for research.
No, I'm
purposes.
saying the wormhole thing.
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you do?
Wormhole, yeah.
Wait, what'd you do?
Yeah.
What'd he do for research?
Who taught?
Yeah.
This is like
fetishes.
the Who guy. Didn't the Who guy do
Yeah.
something where he said,
okay.
what did the guy from the Who? He got arrested for something. He said it was research.
Pete Townsend for research on child pornography. He was investigating for a book.
Oh, yeah,
That's Todd. That's what Todd was
a
doing
thesis.
here. The wormhole. You're writing a book, Todd.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We were doing a segment on something one time in the old days of the show, and I was looking up something. It was related to a news story or whatever.
I'm sure.
And once you click on one type of fetish, all the other fetishes are like, yeah, now it's our turn, and they just start coming up in rotation, and it's pretty interesting. I'm so boring, I guess.
That's the beautiful thing about porn. Is it because of the suggestive videos, it lets you know we are like the first generation of men and women that know what we're into and what we're not into. Because if you think about it, like you watch porn and you're like, okay, I like to see a man and a woman together. Okay, oh, I like to see women together. Oh, I like to see women with straps on. But then it'd be like, then the next one's women peeing on each other. You're like, I'm not into that. So then that's your line. That's your home field run. That's the wall for the home run. You're like, I don't want to go past that.
Yes.
But like our grandfathers never got that. They were just like, they might have had a foot fetish, but they didn't know what the fuck that was. They were like, every time I go to the cobbler, but it's like, isn't that cool that like we at least know what you're into?
You ever been surprised before by somebody? Like I was fortunate enough one time to two ladies and me in a room together,
Hey, good
whatever.
job, Todd.
And
Hey.
Oh, okay,
you
so
did well,
what?
Todd.
What a gentlemanly way to say that.
Yeah, it was,
Two
right?
ladies and me. In a
Yeah,
room.
the right side of a threesome. And one of the girls breaks out a strap on and puts it on, and right away I'm like, first, that's not even realistic. That thing's 4 times the size of a normal penis, probably 8 times the size of what you're going to see in a minute. There's no way that. And she was like, "Wait, you're not going to take this?" And I'm like, "No." And she's like, Every guy's into that. And I'm like, I don't believe that's accurate. There's no way in the size of that thing.
I don't know what group. I don't know.
No way.
I don't know what group you've been hanging out with.
Hey, that discussion in the room between Todd and Sue. No, I am not into it. I just don't think that is. Are we going to do this in a cordial manner or not?
By the way, thanks for fucking up my dream.
So did it still go down?
No, I mean, yeah, without that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I finally talked her out of her uniform of the day.
Did you hear her mumble pussy as she shut the case? Like,
She did. She
guess
kinda-
somebody can't take a pegging.
I'm thinking about back in the day where they didn't have the access to the suggested thing, and the guy gets peed on, and a guy takes a girl home from a bar, and she just starts peeing on him all of a sudden. He has no idea that it even existed. He's like, "Oh, wait till you hear this shit! This girl just started pissing on me last night."
And then he kind of likes it. Now he doesn't know what to do. But now you're like, and let's be real. Like when you do look at a video that you think is so out there, and then you see the number of views, you're like, I'm not that special.
Yes.
Oh, the comments too.
Yeah, who's commenting? Pat, what is the share button at the bottom of like when you're watching on the
Tweet it, man.
I was like, oh, is this like in case I want to end my career? Never go to Thanksgiving again? Is that what this button is for? Like, what? Who's doing that? Like, yeah, here's what I'm jerking to, auntie.
When you're selling online, getting your orders out can be a real pain. It's time consuming, expensive, and so many carriers to choose from. How do you know you're making the best choice? That's why you need ShipStation.com. It's the fastest, easiest, and most affordable way to manage and ship your orders.
Amen.
ShipStation helps you get orders out quickly, save money on shipping costs, and keep your customers happy. No matter where you're selling, Amazon, Etsy, your own website, ShipStation brings all your orders into one simple interface, making them really easy to manage from any device, even your cell phone. ShipStation works with all the major carriers, including USPS, FedEx, UPS, even Amazon Fulfillment. So you can compare and choose the best shipping solution for you and your customer. They even offer big discounts on shipping costs. Now, any business can access the same postage discounts that are usually reserved for large Fortune 500 companies. You'll always know that you're getting the best deal. No wonder ShipStation is the #1 choice of online sellers. You'll ship more in less time with the best rates available. And right now, Heartland listeners can try ShipStation free for 60 days when you use promo code Heartland. There's absolutely no risk. You can start your free trial without even entering your credit card info. Just visit ShipStation.com. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in Heartland. That's ShipStation.com, promo code Heartland. ShipStation.com. Make ship happen.
Twitter Twitter just lets it fly. I just found that out very recently. That Twitter just lets anything go.
There's a dark side of Twitter.
I just found this out within like the last 2 days. I think I got sent a video that was not Dak Prescott.
Why? Did you see that?
No.
You got to check it out.
I learned that day that Twitter has no rules whenever it comes to it. Twitter's a porn site as well if you really want to dive into it. I did not know that. I had no idea. It was a mind-blowing. I've been on Twitter a long time. A lot of invested hours in there. I had no clue that they just got no rules about just 8 guys pounding 8 women on a boat out of nowhere. Honestly, it's just up. It's still up now, probably.
Well, you should check it out. Of course, the guy's claiming it's Dak Prescott and some other guys.
I'll pull it up.
Probably,
if you just search like #party, there are some real parties going on.
Had no
if
idea.
you do enough scrolling. Oh, yeah.
And Twitter doesn't care. Twitter just lets it fly.
Do you think that they don't want to tell us that there's so much going on that that it's out of control and they can't regulate it?
Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Twitter.
so much-
I mean,
they got no
Facebook. It
clue.
seems like, but I mean, it just seems
Jack's
like
got
they
no
can't.
idea what the fuck's going on. Jack's swimming in it over there, Al. He's got no clue.
I was looking at the video now.
All
They
right.
said that was Dak Prescott.
Wow. All right.
And as a podcaster about the NFL, I had to watch it.
Oh.
Yep. Research.
it.
Twitter's a big suck site now.
Yeah.
I had no idea. 2
Yeah,
days.
isn't
I
it
learned, I learned this 2 days ago, Jeffrey. 2 days ago, I learned
One big
this.
suck site.
No, not one big. I think there's just a what's that?
It's
called?
almost a.
Alleyways you shouldn't walk down.
Yeah, it's like a red light district. There's a red light district on Twitter.
Yep.
That's a perfect way to put it. You know, I was just looking at that video and I was like, this is why I can't get in, because I know, like, just because we're comics, like, my first thought was like, after you bust, how do you leave?
What's everything?
I've been on the boat, like, and my boy's getting sucked off in a Sonics jersey. I'm like, dude, I gotta do Pat's podcast in 2 hours. I don't feel good. I don't want to, like, I want to always be able to leave immediately.
Is there an Uber out here?
Yeah, dude. I'm like, we're on a pontoon boat. My boy fucking took a Viagra, so he's not busting. I'm like, dude, it's not happening.
All right, let's talk about Daily Blast Live.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, that I think, and I assume Todd wants to talk about this as well at some point. When I saw you get this job, I was so excited for you because I didn't know that A, you were looking for a talk show type job. B, I didn't know the show was coming out, and then all of a sudden you get cast for it. It's like, and you're crushing on there. That has to feel pretty good. And 3rd season is fucking huge.
Yeah, I wasn't looking, man, which is the crazy thing. I had, it's weird, man. It was in me and Todd were kind of talking about it before. I had done 2 back-to-back tours. I had done, me and Hannibal had gone to Australia on a comedy tour, and then because of the way my visa was set up, I had to fly back from Sydney to LA for 12 hours before I went to Tokyo to do a USO tour. And dude, coming back after being out of town for on that flight, I was like, I think this is the first time in like 12 years I'm burnt out. Mm-hmm. It was the first time I had that thought, like, I'm not excited to do stand-up right now. And I landed and called my agent. I was like, yo, is that talk show? Because at first I was like, man, I'm not moving to – I lived in L.A. I was like, I'm not moving to Denver. Like, come on. And I called him and asked if the opportunity was still there. He said it was. I went, auditioned, and got it. And, man, I was telling Ty, I just didn't realize, like, I need to get off the road for a little while and then also exercise a different muscle, which is, like, what we really all like to do is just run our mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Like, punchlines are cool here and there,
Sure.
but I think we just like to talk. And, I didn't realize how much I dig it. And, dude, that changed me because that road life, unless you're incredibly disciplined, like you travel like your girl and your dog, like that
Right.
kind of comic, like where you can't get in trouble, you leave right after the show. Dude, it eats you up. 'Cause
Those guys that are doing the same joke at 8:06, those guys are
Yeah.
fresh out after that
Yeah,
show.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
they already got fresh direct in the room, and they're just, but like guys that are usually wired like us, like
It's tough to tell people you don't want to get, like, they want you to go out. They want you to have a good time. They want you to
Yeah.
throw back some beers, do some shots. It's hard to be like, you know what? this is just a job right now.
Yeah.
You don't want to tell people that. You know what I mean? No, because it's just an experience for them, right?
Yeah,
it's a story for them the next day.
We talked about this with the Crows, right? Every time you go to a new city, you're the party, right?
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
people are coming to see you. Like even if you're an opener or middle, you're still the show that they came out to have the night of their life at.
Yeah.
And it's like you're a terrible person if you don't stick around
Yes.
after and have a good time with the people.
Yes.
Terrible person.
That's why I enjoyed, like, it was never a full-time job for me, stand up. I enjoyed it because I didn't have to, because no one that comes to see you wants to think of that as you doing your job. You know what I mean? They don't want to look at it that way. And so it never felt that way for me. To me, it was a vacation. I got out. I went to a new city. I was going to party a little bit, be funny on stage, hopefully. People like me, make some new friends, and then go back to the job I didn't want to be doing during the week.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think I was fortunate there. You just battle that constantly, right? And
Because it's like you guys are saying, when you come into town, you haven't seen these people in a year and a half. So like people literally text you like, yo, dude, as soon as you off stage, my girl got a VIP booth set up for us at this club, and then my boy runs a strip club around the. It's like, what are you gonna do? Like, are you headed home to watch Showtime Signature in your hotel? Like, I'm not, and I can't. I'm not wired like that. And I mean, honestly, I think like for real, like the talk show like helped me like settle down because I was gonna Amy Winehouse that. I was like, that was coming. So I needed to.
She should have went.
Yeah. It seemed, if you did you see her doc? It was super sad.
Sad.
I was afraid to watch it for that reason.
Sad.
It's just like if one person in her life had looked out for her.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Some people are just kind of hell bent on self-destruction. She just wanted some help, but like her dad was. Everybody just wanted something from her. Fucked up.
How long were you stand up on the road?
Really, professionally, like 10 years straight, 10 years hard. Because I started touring with Attell, then I toured with Norton, then I toured with Steve-O, and then
Steve-O.
Bill Bellamy.
Steve-O
and then
before
Hannah-
Bill Bellamy?
No, those are backwards.
Okay, I was about to say,
Steve-O's- yeah,
Jesus, I didn't know Steve-O had been doing stand-up.
No. Steve-O was after Bill Bellamy. But yeah, so, and then Hannibal, and Hannibal's sober now, and, so like on the road, like we're super chill now, but it was super. Did you guys ever hear about the show we did in West Palm Beach where we couldn't talk?
Can't wait to hear about it.
He talked about it on Jimmy Kimmel.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
It was, it's funny now. But we were on a bus tour, and we ended up our ninth city. We were in West Palm, and my buddy is a doctor. He had a boat in West Palm, so we went out on the boat. It was an early show too, so I was like, we're gonna be like respectful, we're gonna be professional. So like we had a tour manager with us, so I was like, we can't really fuck up. So we drank on the boat, but you forget like day drinking on a boat, just like it's like 2.5 times
Right.
per
At least.
drink,
Yes.
because it's the Florida sun.
Yeah.
We weren't even going. We probably all had like 3 pretty heavy mixed drinks, vodka, soda, whatever. And so we got off the boat, and me and Hannibal went back to the tour bus because that was our last day on the bus. So like we went to get our clothes, and the last thing I remember was holding up. Do you know the handle of Tito's? But it was like at the bottom, but that's still a lot because it's the handle, but it doesn't look like it. And so I remember turning to Hannah and be like, are we going to be a bunch of bitches and not finish this? And that is the last thing that I remember. That it was like the Hangover on the roof scene. We're like, and I kind of come to, and we're walking into the West Palm Improv, and I'm like, I don't know how Hannibal's doing, but I'm like, I'm super, like I was like, this is real bad. This is real bad. But I'm not talking to Hannibal. I'm trying to focus because I'm like, I'm worried about myself. Like, I got to talk for at least 30. He got to do an hour.
Hey, every man for yourself.
Yeah, dude, it was like, when y'all are both fucked up and like in the Uber and no one's talking, like that kind of, but this is before the show. Usually that's after the show. So we walk in the green room and Hannibal goes, Al, whose house is this? And I'm like,
He's more fucked up than I am.
what? like I'm trying to figure out, like, is he like trying to be funny? And he's like, no, why is all our stuff back in here? And I'm like, but like getting mad. And I'm like, you know, we got a show. And he's like, he was hearing me, but not hearing me. And like, so I must have gone to the kitchen trying to get some coffee. And apparently, like, he went for a walk, and our DJ was trying to talk to him. And, like, meanwhile, the doors had opened, like, an hour ago. So our DJ's up there spinning. He spins for, like, a half hour. He had to spin for, like, an hour and a half. They were like, yo, the show's got to go on. So my boy Tony, and he talks about it on Hannibal's podcast, Handsome Rambler, he said Al went up there against all odds. He said the photographer was standing in the front of the stage in case he had to catch me. But he goes, I don't remember 1 second of that show. He said I did fine. I just like went to another place. I don't remember anything. And I went back in the green room, passed out, and apparently like Hannibal was just in no shape. So he went up there and he couldn't remember any of his jokes. And like apparently he turned to like the DJ and was like, hey, do you got any jokes? And it was like they had a refund almost everybody. Like we could not talk. And and to this day, like it's been like that was our bonding moment where we were like, yeah, we gotta get our shit. That was it.
Rock bottom came in somebody else's house.
It's a weird thing when every comic. I try not to drink before I get on stage now, but like every comic's got their kind of rule. Like I used to be 2 vodka sodas and then I do the show, it was just that whenever you break your rule, dude.
It's not good.
Day drinking on a boat. Next with finish.
Bunch of white people on the boat?
No, my homie's black, and he had these, he had some girls on the boat, and we were just, it wasn't like the video you just showed. It's like, our shit was fucking, that was not that. But, it's just a chill afternoon. That's why I didn't see, because we weren't trying to go hard. Like, I've gone hard before and still done a show, but, dude, that was as fucked up as I've ever.
It's caught you off guard.
Yeah, dude,
yeah, when you're not planning for it.
Yeah. Do you drink before you guys go on stage?
I have a hilarious concoction that I put together when I go up there, man.
What is it?
Normally, I take about 75 rips off the vape pen. then I take a bottle of wine up on the stage, and then I just finish it. You know how close the show is to being over by how much wine is left in the bottle.
It's incredible.
Really?
It's like an hourglass. When that's empty, the show's over.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I can see somebody getting to your show late and being like, "How much time's left?" He's got a half bottle.
Yeah, right. All right, I don't know
like that.
I don't know what we missed on the top half of the bottle of the show, but I don't really get that fucked up. I think during the show I'll have some wine because I think everybody in the crowd has drinks, so it's hard not to, because the environment is normally one where everybody's having a good time. It's hard to be completely. I don't know how sober comics go up there.
I like to have a beer or two before I go up, and then I'll drink one, during my show.
Diggs, when you do stand up, what do you do, man? You just
Well, the one time I went on stage shouldn't have been up there, I got blacked out.
Diggs had your situation in West Palm Beach.
I couldn't have been more nervous for a crowd of 13. But
it's not good, and it's harder to do it when you're fucked up. So like that's why like it almost like it's just easier for me to just go up sober and just if I'm gonna have a drink, I'll have it after. I can't. Dude, there's a point where you just can't drink and go on stage because it just ratchets up to the point where you get to where we were.
I've said from time to time that I deal with credit card debt. And that, let me tell you, that's a game that you can't win.
It's no fun. I'll tell you that.
No.
Nowadays, they include a little breakdown to show you how only paying the minimum payments means you'll be paying it off for decades. That's right, decades. With Lending Club, you can consolidate your debt or pay off credit cards with one fixed monthly payment.
That's convenient.
That's a
It's
beautiful
very nice.
thing.
Yeah,
Need
put
it.
you at ease. Since 2007, Lending Club has helped millions of people regain control of their finances with affordable, fixed-rate personal loans, no trips to a bank, no high-interest credit cards. Just go to lendingclub.com, tell them about yourself and how much you want to borrow, pick the terms that are right for you, and if you're approved, your loan is automatically deposited into your bank account in as little as a few days.
Nice.
Lending Club is the #1 peer-to-peer lending platform with over $35 billion in loans issued. Go to lendingclub.com/Heartland. Check your rate in minutes and borrow up to $40,000. That's 4 stacks of high society. That's lendingclub.com/Heartland. Lendingclub.com/Heartland. All loans made by WebBank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You live in Denver now full time?
I am, man. I dig it out there. Y'all ever come out that way?
I played a game there. I've never actually visited. Their place is incredible.
Yeah, I would love to go hang out there.
Dude, you guys would love it, man. Obviously, all the sports are out there. All the concerts come through. The legal weed is just a game changer, dude.
It has to be. That's what my immediate thought was. It has to be incredible to live out there where you could just do. And can you smoke wherever, whenever?
Well, it's crazy how time flies, man. I was looking at this billboard that's in front of my place, and it says, if you're gonna smoke weed, it says keep off the grass. It means don't smoke outside, like because they're kids. But it's like, man, that's where we are. Where it used to be. Now they're just like, can you not blow it in my face? You know what I'm saying? Like, isn't that crazy that like it's that legal?
Yeah.
And like we just legalized magic mushrooms last month.
Yeah.
So you can do mushrooms legally. You can weed. I think Special K for if you get a prescription, but it's just like crazy. What drugs are legal?
Denver's trying to make those mountains as interesting as possible.
I just think it's got to be amazing to be able to go in there and pick your strain according to what kind of mood you want to be in. You know what I mean?
incredible.
Big deal, man.
Like more of a crapshoot here,
Pharmacy
obviously.
type thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those
That's
guys,
what-
they
take what
know.
you get.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah.
They know what what everything does because it's controlled. It's almost boring. It's scientific. So they're just cross pollinating different strains, and they know the results. So if it's like, oh, Pat, you want to learn how to play the guitar? Well, this will make you more cerebral and kind of chill. Oh, dude, you had a crazy week working. Take this sour diesel and you'll melt into the couch. You know, yo, and it's like, yo, even if you just want to like, they have like you can talk to them about like, I just like to watch old school movies, and they're like, this is what you want. It'll make you giggle. Like it's
Like Method Man and How High.
Yeah, it's really like that. It's not like a crapshoot where your dealer just gives you something. You're like, you don't know how it's going to hit you, when it's going to hit you, and, how long it's going to last. Like it's regulated to the point where it's kind of dope, man. Who would have thought? The
It's like
government knows what they're
GNC
doing.
workers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you want to get shredded or you want to put some mass on?
Sam and I had to completely stop talking to one particular dealer because he gave us stuff that we did not appreciate that he did. Just like, hey, man, hey, it was a good run with us, but that last shit you gave us, man, Jesus Christ. I went into a coma. I think. 12 hours. You smoked this, you died. I just stopped talking to him. I think it's only a matter of time, right, for the whole country.
Yeah.
Denver. Do you think Denver regrets making it legal, or do you think the complete opposite?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
Just
really?
what it does, because think about this: like you're bringing in a new business that's cash positive, and now you have not only the owners, so you're bringing in maybe I don't know, 50 new millionaires into your city.
Mm-hmm.
They now are employing people. Those people are going to restaurants. Those people are then flooding the city with that money, and everybody's doing better. They're buying apartments. They're buying cars. They're spending money in your city, and that's what you want. That's how Vegas works. Any kind of vice, people go places for hookers, people go places for gambling, people go places for weed. So, I mean, there's no way that anybody regrets it because they're going to smoke it anyway. Mm-hmm. So do you want to arrest them or do you want to make money off them? And that's
People
the
are
thing.
ODing all over the place on weed.
Yeah, I mean, it's just robbing
many
liquor
deaths.
stores.
How many deaths this month this year?
Oh,
Zero?
It's crazy.
Add a couple commas on that zero. You know what I mean?
It's rough out there. It's just a matter of time because I think what's going to happen is states that don't have it are just going to be losing young people and creative types so much. They're like, yo, because if you are data entry or something like that, you could do that in the state where it's legal or it's not. So like, unless
Exactly.
you have a job that's specific to that city, if you can go somewhere and not worry about getting busted for weed. I have a friend that got busted in Texas, and he's like, dude, I was just sitting in my car in front of the comedy club and got busted. So it's like, why put up with that?
It was, I think it was Ty who brought it up yesterday, or someone around. Nevada just passed a law that you can't test for weed before a job. Like you can't test for weed, like as part of a drug test. to get a job.
Really?
Was that the NFL?
That's what it sounds like.
Don't
Is that
believe
just to
it.
work for the government or for the casinos?
I wished I was here because I didn't go into it farther than that. And he was like, he just said that it was now illegal to test for weed before you get a job.
Wow.
Well, they have all that other drug tests.
That's awesome.
They have those drug tests that have like everything. You can get them at
Yeah.
CVS where it's like, all right,
Oh yeah,
Specific to what you want.
I'm taking
this, that type of stuff. Yeah, so you probably just pull out the marijuana one out of that. That's a THC
And
one.
also, I would just think if you're a company and you're looking for a qualified candidate, you would just be losing so many good people to weed. You're like, yo, we design amusement parks here. I expect my employees to smoke some weed. You know what I'm saying? You're fucking making a Ferris wheel go in a clown's mouth. Like, yeah, I want you to be a little high when you do that. Like, so, I think aren't they really just testing for coke and meth? I mean, I guess.
You should.
I would think so, yeah.
And Adderall, yeah.
Even in a backwards place like here in Indiana, it's almost become a no big deal situation unless you got a semi truck full of it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Is you just get a little ticket right here. No,
There was a cop that I knew when I played for the Colts that retired from the police force, and I got a text message that said he wanted to smoke immediately.
That's dope.
I was like, that's hysterical to think about.
I need to, like, no, right now. I'm with my mom. No, you didn't hear me. Now.
We had High Todd there who went through a real phase.
Oh, yeah.
Where it was like every couple of weeks he was baked up. I was like, all right,
was awesome.
Todd, okay.
we tried to do a viral clip show, Pat and I, and he would give me
Oh
some
my God, I
shit.
forgot about
And
that.
There was times where we would be in the middle of the show. Well, we'd be done, and then we would go into the edit room like a couple hours later, and they'd be editing it together. Evan would, and I'd be like, I don't remember any of this at all.
So we were trying to use different methods to get Todd high. And by we, it was me. Started out with a bowl, and then we hit like a little cone, and there was a blunt.
And then a rusty spoon with a belt.
We didn't get to that weed consumption method. We had him hit a bong. The next step was a gas mask, and it would have been just a whole nother level.
You did the vaporizer. The vaporizer.
Yeah, we hit him with the
fucked
volcano.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Oh,
did the
my
whole thing. Yeah. It was
Am
good.
I the only dude that cannot hit a bong? I always hit it too hard. I burn my throat, and I'm high as fuck.
Yep, same.
I'm not great at it.
Every
Dude,
time I
some
do it,
dudes
I
can, like,
puke. I
hit-
throw up after I do
Yeah,
it.
it's so intense for me. Some dudes, it seems like they can almost like not sip off it, but just
Yeah,
control the amount that they get out. But it just maybe
If Ty and Pat get on each side of me and coach me while I'm doing it, I'm fine. If you just leave it to me, I'll just do this until I die.
Well, Todd can't get the smoke out.
Yeah.
At the beginning, right? Because you didn't pull the male piece out.
Right.
So he's just pulling as hard as he fucking can. Like, you're coming out. and then I'm like,
milking it.
just pull this thing real quick. And he pulls it. Dead. Just gone. It's over. Dead. I don't smoke weed anymore, though. It's a bad drug. Everybody should do it.
Speaking of methamphetamine, I saw, Al, you pick up an alligator recently and then promptly drop an alligator. Oh. What was going on there?
That was crazy. That was from this old. I went through because I didn't know you could do this. I had so many emails on my Gmail that I had run out of space. Like I had like 20,000
shit.
emails, but I didn't realize that if you just go through and get rid of your promoted emails, like just delete those, the shit you get from like Avis
Anywhere.
Rent-A-Car and all that shit
Right.
you don't even know you signed up for. Like that got rid of like half of them. But I found that clip. That was from an old kid show that I used to host. They used to come on Fox at 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays called Awesome Adventures. That was the name of the show. And the whole show was like, basically it was like a promoted thing where we would, like, you go around the country and show people what to do on vacation for like teenagers. So then they would go tell their parents, like, we want to go to Colonial Williamsburg. I interviewed the slave dude. I'll get to that. But I did.
Wait.
I interviewed the slave dude.
And when I say the slave, he was a slave, and it was weird, and he was not feeling the interview at all. It was hot in Virginia. I don't blame him. But yeah, so we were in Jamaica for that shoot, and it was the most, and especially it just shows you how, like, because that show was probably like 8 or 9, maybe even 10 years ago, how just like, because we're seeing all this shit going on in the DR, like in other countries, like America, we got orange cones and guardrails and like safety. Other countries don't give a fuck. They don't give a, like we went to this alligator sanctuary and the dude handed me this tiny gator and was like, do you want to hold it? And I'm like, shouldn't this motherfucker's mouth be taped shut? I don't know much about gators, but I think we can get some black electrical tape to take care of it. And so he hands me the gator and I'm just like, you know, like when you just feel like whatever you're holding is not feeling you.
Yep.
It's like, dude, I don't like how you hold it. He's like, hold it by the butt. I'm like, I don't know where the butt, you know. And like that thing went to kind of, I felt like he was going to turn around and snap on me. And so it's him or me. And I did the Vegas dealer. I was like, I'm done with this. The guy was so mad at me because I dropped this baby gator to trap tourists with. But yeah, I remember it's so weird with that shoot. Because it was at a gator farm, and they were really trying to promote this gator farm. So you go out on this pontoon boat, and they were like, you're guaranteed to see a certain amount of gators sticking their head up in this kind of bayou thing. And we're doing like 5 miles an hour on this pontoon boat, and we weren't seeing any gators. And, it was really no big deal. We just cut around it or whatever. But this guy was so worried that we weren't going to highlight his tour. He was like, hold on. Because he had a spackle bucket that was full of raw chicken, like wings and shit. Just
Chum it up.
Yeah, straight raw. This Jamaican dude, fucking shirt off, pants off, takes the chum bucket, jumps in the water. He is nose deep in alligator water. He finds a gator and is throwing chicken wings and hitting the gator. He's like, I'm gonna get it to open its mouth, and our producer's like, we got the shot. But it's just so crazy, like how unregulated. Because when we were out on the boat and we were going a little faster to the thing, it was like 20, it was a little rocky. I go to the dude, I'm like, should we have life vests on? And the guy goes, I don't know. There's no regulation.
Yeah.
So like the
No
stuff that's
OSHA,
going on,
nothing.
no, there's none of that. So I kind of appreciate as you get older, you're like, I'll pay a little bit more and make sure that the ropes are reinforced in the zip line.
What was the interview you were about to tell us about the slave?
Oh man. We had to go to Colonial Williamsburg, which was boring as fuck.
No way.
And dude, it's like
Colonial?
Yeah, it's so you know.
They like reenactors. They just like you
So
walk
you
into
go
the olden
through-
times.
Yeah, old school. What was Jamestown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamestown. Yeah. And so you do that, and because it's really I was like, who the fuck comes here? You know who goes there? And it's these weird couples you see. It's old ass white dudes, and they're clearly Asian mail order brides. Because it's like those kind of guys that are interested in reenactments and shit. And then they can't get a wife, obviously, because they're interested in reenactments. So then you got to buy one online and force her to come. And so it's just so weird. So we had to do this shoot. And so you go see the miller that's making the beer and the person to make the bread and candles. And there is a straight up slave. There's no other way to say it. That's what he was. Not a free man that happened to be. He was a slave, and his job was to get water out of the well and just bring it up and just show how water was got. And all these old white dudes were asking him questions, and he was not feeling it. And then I had to stick a mic in this man's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon in Virginia on Saturday afternoon. It's hot as fuck. And I'm just like, so how does this well pulley system work? And he's like, you dip the bucket in the water. And you pull down on the rope until the bucket's in your hand. And it just it was super awkward. But yeah, we've had a lot of weird jobs.
Yeah.
I think
Seems like that part could have left that role out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're trying to be historically accurate,
I
but
think that's what
how
it was.
important was him
how
getting
about-
the water as
how about
opposed
the
to a
guy-
little
It
girl?
was a little unnecessary.
Yeah.
A
The
little
guy
bit.
that took the job. How hard the times have to be that you volunteer to be a slave in a
Yeah.
reenactment.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, or just getting paid for it. It's just to go into work every day.
Yeah.
Because you ever seen a waiter from the Cheesecake Factory in their uniform in their car? He has to have that moment, but dressed as a slave. You got to go pick his kids up.
It'd be
Why
one.
did Cheesecake Factory just do that? Why did they?
Because it's spot on. Because it's spot on.
I mean, it's one thing to get a part as a slave in Django Unchained.
Yeah.
But you're doing it as some knockoff, generic ass tourist attraction
It's
in Virginia.
It's
every day.
Weird, dude. It's I don't.
He's still doing that right now, you think?
Probably.
I mean, that's how you truly know that you have no skills.
Yeah, that's the
When
last.
you're a black man and you take a job as a slave who retrieves water as some little piece of shit tourist
dude,
attraction,
they're hiring.
you have no skills, no job skills
Go to
whatsoever.
the Hilton. There's other gigs, bro. I'm sorry, man. I don't disrespect any man's hustle. I'm sorry, man.
What if you turned that entire interview into that right there?
Yeah.
We were just staying at the Hilton down the street, definitely can hire you for something. How do you feel about it?
Just extend the mic. Then extend him an application. We already started it for you. Just signed.
Who owns that? Who owns that whole place? Is that like a
bunch of white people, I imagine.
I'd assume it's Caucasians, but I don't know who says that role is needed in the entire.
It's like it's a big like complex. I mean, there are people that live there, and there's people that live around there because that's where I believe that's where William and Mary is in that city.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like there's like life around there. There's like student housing and shit not too far. So it's not like this enclosed kind of place. It's a place where you can park and like walk for most of the day, you know. So
Got it.
I don't know who would go there, but if you do, all right.
Go see our guy. Get him a job somewhere else.
I just think people go there and they're like, this is the way it should be. Yeah. These women can't vote. That brother getting the water knows what's up. I mean, why else would you go there? What else?
What if
know,
some of
shit
these
suck,
guys
man.
got their mail order brides over here from whatever country and they never leave that spot? They just live right and they think,
just
oh, this
stay
is
there.
America.
Yeah.
This is,
Got my hot wife that's 40 years younger than me and doesn't speak the language. Cool. Yeah, those by the way, I'm obsessed with 90 Day Fiancé. Do y'all watch that?
No.
Dude.
what is it?
Fellas, I would never normally tell you to watch a TLC show. Dude, it's these people that meet these people overseas and try and bring them over here, and they got 90 days to get married, but obviously you're crazy if you do that for the most part. So Chase be coming over here and clearly just like, I'm waiting that time, and as soon as they get that wedding license, give me half, dude. They get that shit via text message, dog. And like
Dudes get it via text message?
yeah, like if you like, especially like because the girls are usually half of them are like okay, but some of them are smoking hot. Like there's this one guy from Chicago got this 19-year-old from Mexico. It was one of the prettiest girls I've ever seen, and like within a year, she was just like, I want half, and she didn't speak a lick of English before she got here. She knew how to type, I want half. You know what I'm saying? Somebody helped her with that shit.
That happens so much in the military. Like dudes, you know, when I was an MP, a military policeman in the Marine Corps, but half of what you did was just domestic disputes because all these Marines would bring back these beautiful brides from the Philippines. But once they got the hang of, oh, I can make it in America now, I can speak a little bit, I can make it on my own, that dude was out.
Yeah.
Right away. Oh, yeah. It just happened. I'm like, and nobody learned from the previous example.
Yeah.
He just kept doing it over and over like this vicious cycle.
What was that show that you were really into? It's because why you got the Survivor straw and all this stuff. They had the breakout vehicles and like it was the Doomsday Preppers.
Oh yeah.
Doomsday Preppers. There was one guy on Doomsday Preppers that obviously bought his wife. And she
call
was
it what it is.
so mad during the entire process because he was like showcasing his whole thing. Like, you like it? He's like holding her hand. You like it, right? And she's like, I left the fucking Russia for this, and I am very regretful of everything I've ever done. Those situations are awkward. Those situations are awkward.
Well, I mean, every guy wants to outkick his coverage.
Yeah.
But we all know, and we've met girls where you're just like, you have no business with me. Mm-hmm. And those guys have to know that. Unless you're just a complete narcissist, you know, like if some Russian model was like, hey, what's up? You'd be like, okay. You think about it, like
on
all right.
Facebook, Instagram, you got like this. They're just catfishing everybody
Yeah.
nowadays.
One after
And it
another.
works. You're going to get
sure.
somebody.
Oh yeah. Todd versus Tech there for a while. I mean, Todd was having a real issue with all these people that like Russian. There was just these bots that were showing up in Todd's fucking Instagram.
Yeah, for a while I had two comedian friends, right? And I would just look to see if they also were friends with them. Immediately, I'll block this one. Yeah, I know what this one's about.
You just know.
Because they would refriend all of them.
Yeah, it's just a smoking hot chick, but she's only got 2 pictures and 19 followers. She's like the hottest chick you've ever seen. I'm like, this is probably not.
Rosalita 9681.
She likes me.
There's dudes out there though that they
Hook, line, and sinker.
all the way in.
Dude, yeah, man. Because I think what it is everybody is like, we can talk for a living. We're fairly affable dudes. You can go out and kind of interact. But if you're a guy that doesn't feel comfortable in bars, doesn't feel comfortable in social situations, doesn't have a job that caters to like eligible women, you're going to be relegated to being online, and who's going to really hit up a random dude in the middle of the country? It's going to be a girl that might have a situation that you might be willing to hear out. Let's be honest.
And to them, sex chat fuck with me tonight is one of the sexiest things they'll ever hear.
Yes. Yeah.
The info.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing is, if she is a real girl, you know, and that she'll FaceTime, I mean, they're going to be really sweet over the thing. And no, I miss you, Patty. Where you? Why don't you come get me? You know? And it's like, after a while, you're like, yo, why am I going to get her?
Boys, you know what's almost here? What's almost here?
Father's Day.
Father's Day?
Nick?
Summer?
The day of my father.
Father's Day. Okay, so I'm thinking like I usually do. What do I get fair and square to Larry, you know?
It's tough.
What do I get him?
Because there's all the bullshit gifts that everybody gets their dad.
But I have friends, and so do you. And luckily, they called me and they said, "Hey, Gorman, we know you're going through some stuff with this Father's Day stuff, but we've got your Father's Day gift covered this year.
that's pretty
Fuego
cool.
box.
Oh, yeah.
My friends, now they know that, and you know that Father's Day is right around the corner. And everybody, guys, has done the standard gift items for dad: clothes, boring.
Yep.
Cologne,
Lame.
smells good,
Lame.
but boring. A nice bottle of liquor. You don't know what can happen after that.
Oh boy.
No.
Done, no more, right?
Dun.
Well, Fuego Box is something different and much better than any of those for you on this Father's Day. Fuego Box is a craft hot sauce store and subscription club. They put together a ton of spicy gift options, all at different price points. Okay?
All of them.
All of
That's nice.
them.
All right.
Now, whether dad is in insane heat or he just wants something to add some more flavor to the barbecue this summer, Fuego Box, yes, they have you covered. They're also offering our listeners right here at Heartland a special promo of 10% off any purchase. Todd, it doesn't matter what you buy, you're getting 10% off.
Let's go.
Because you listen to this show. It's easy. You just go to fuegobox.com/America. That's fuegobox.com/America. And your discount, it's automatically applied. So thank you to our friends at Fuego Box. Take care of the old man.
Bailey, if you're listening, hook me up.
You ever watch Nev Schulman? Nev, what's his name? Nev from Catfish?
Catfish.
That guy made probably millions of dollars at this point off of this situation right here.
Yeah.
Every time on repeat. The one guy thought he was dating Katy Perry. that one guy thought he was dating Katy Perry. I've never been more confused in my life watching that. I was like, this human exists. I had no idea this could even possibly exist.
I got a confession.
Here we go.
I got catfished once.
What?
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that,
dude.
by the way.
I got catfished, and I got catfished with not only pictures, but I got my homeboys will never let me live this down because it was on my group chat. I'll show you the screenshots. But I got catfished in, like, we would FaceTime, and I still didn't process, like, some women are, especially if you're a dude and you're not privy to that kind of, like, knowing angles.
Oh.
Angles.
okay.
Dude, there's some women that should be geometry professors. Dude, like, and first of all, I like big girls, so shut the fuck up. I'm from the Midwest. I like big girls, but some girls that are really big, if they got, like, big breasts and, you know, they have a pretty face, you can hit angles, the one like high up, like you look like the Jumpman's logo. That one, where you're coming down, and then like they'll get the one a lot of times where it's just their face and they'll like rest their hand on their chin because that forearm's blocking like a lot of like a world of hurt. And so like you just see this pretty face all the time and you just like, dude, and like this is happening in real time. Like we're FaceTiming, like I can see her moving around her house. Man, Bro, got off that plane, homie.
You
flew
took a plane?
to see her.
She
What
took
a
plane.
romantic.
She took-
she
she
did.
Go
you
on.
flew her in. No, what a romantic guy.
You at the airport or you in the car?
I was at the airport.
So you're waiting for her.
I was waiting like 90 Day Fiance. I was almost a dude that has the sign like, welcome home, honey. Dude, it was.
What happened? You turn around and get out? No, you had to do it
rolled
to
it
do
out.
at that point.
She came for a significant amount of time.
What?
She came for a significant
You moved her in, Al.
Stay to your place?
Al, you moved her in.
Yeah, I didn't move her in, but like
She knew too the whole
damn
time.
near. I mean, it was It was 30 days.
This should be a documentary.
And
That
it
30
was
days.
just like, dude, it was just because we connected on a spiritual level, friendship level, but it's like, I'm sorry, man. You misrepresented yourself.
You lied to me.
You lied to me by like, and I'm not talking like, dude, I'm talking about like
Go on.
60 pounds, 70 pounds.
Real.
Probably a little
And then
more.
like 5'1", 5'2", that's really showing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it was just a lot, dude.
She
And
knew too the entire time, by the way.
Yeah, because she knows.
She knows.
'Cause she's her. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, dudes do this too,
You
though.
know the
Oh,
same,
yeah.
dude. If I fucking send her pictures of Tyson Beckford's abs, she's gonna realize once I take my shirt off, that's not the situation. You know, it's like you know what you look like, and it was just like I probably would have been cool with it, cooler with it. Had she at least told me, like, hey, I'm a bigger girl. I don't know if you into that. I've had big girls tell me that, like, yo, I'm a big girl. If you don't like that, I get it. But there's some dudes that get down with that. Cool. But, like, don't, dude, for a month, like, pictures and just, like, I just didn't realize. First of all, fellas, be wary of robes. Robes are, because they're like, the way they're cut, they're perfect for girls with boobs. They give you all the cleavage, but then they plume out. So then everything else going on under there
Hides
is just
a lot,
like,
yeah.
Design, yeah, by design.
Dude, so yeah, if you get a couple robe picks, run.
Al, but come on, how was that loving? Okay.
Remembering it right now.
I
Flashbacks.
His
PTSD, dude.
His soul just
Yeah.
left his body.
yeah, it was.
That was a tough response there for that question. I mean, there was a deep sigh, and then everything just went blank on his face. Literally.
There's so much regret in his face.
I don't think I've ever seen that much
It
regret in
wasn't
one
even
face.
like it wasn't even because I'm like I'm not trying to even make this like this is funny and that like I'm gonna be like it was terrible. It was like I really try to be like I like her as a person. Let me try and make this work because I was like she's here for a minute. So like this. So
How'd you get her out?
I waited the 30 days. Now luckily I had to
Fucking
bounce.
trial period.
I had to bounce for 2 weeks during that time, which kind of cut it really down to 2 weeks.
Okay.
Which really helped because like I fought through it the first week and just like took some shots, in the kitchen, and then you go in there and you do what you got to do. But
Fucking
then that
soldier, bro.
dude, that last week. My dick was not having it. My dick and I had like that conversation you have just with each other, like, "Hey, bro, I've tried to support you thus far. This is where I get up." And then, like, you don't want to disrespect and then not be able to get hard, but it was not happening.
The look on your face when you were searching for the words to describe how that loving was like, you ever meet somebody who had to for like a month work at a dog shelter and be the person who gives the shot when they're there. I don't like doing this. I don't like doing this.
I've appreciated
It's my job.
I've appreciated your work thus far.
Yeah.
Have you guys kept in contact?
Nah, she texted me she didn't text me for like a month and a half and more than that, maybe 2.5 months, and then randomly she texted me last week, and I should text her. I just don't want to like.
Oh, so this is recent.
Yeah, not super recent, but like
Yeah, this is-
2019.
Pretty recent.
Pretty recent, Al.
Yeah, so
Al, but
like-
on day 3 though, you're waking up and you're like, okay, we're starting the day. Oh
Yeah.
shit! Then you
Yeah.
look over and go, damn.
yeah,
Let's find her, man.
because
terrible
yeah, it's like because now you have somebody in your house that you're not that attracted to, and then like the girls that you are attracted to, you can't bring them over. Because I was like, let me not be a dirtbag and like see if I
Yeah.
can really find somebody to try and connect with, and then I did, and like. Dude, I got straight, and that's why I respected it so much. I was like, you catfished me on FaceTime. That was amazing.
Did you talk to her about it since?
No, it
She
was
knew
just,
when she left.
Yeah, dude. Like, bro, it was just like, and then the last couple of days, she was like, I feel like we're not connected. I was like, don't do this. I was like, we got 72 hours. Let's have some fun, take some shots or whatever. But it's like, let's not act like we don't both know like what the issue is. Like don't make me say it, and then you don't say it, and then we won't say it. And that's fine too. I don't want to disrespect anybody, but she's really nice and sweet. It's just like, man, if you misrepresent yourself, you know, it's like
A nice and sweet liar.
yeah, dude, it's like you lied. You no different than if you lied about like, oh yeah, I used to play in the NFL. If you didn't, that's a lie.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like
Stolen valor.
yeah, dude. It's after that, it's like I don't really trust everything.
I will say, dudes do this as well, though. So this we got to make sure this is a fair thing. There's a lot of dudes doing. There's a lot of guys that.
What do you think guys lie about most?
Well,
I heard
there's-
guys send fake dick pics, but I think it's weird.
Todd does it.
Good play. Your dick's never on the internet. I've never sent a meat tweet or a text or anything like. Yeah, I feel like I got ahead of the game there. But there's a lot of guys that I saw play for the Colts for about a day and a half, but maybe 72 hours. We'll talk about it.
Get the jersey.
Yeah, and I watched those dudes change their Instagram, Twitter, Facebook immediately. Member of the Indianapolis Colts. They take as many pictures as they can. Like it's like they're on a fishing trip where they like just change a shirt. They're like in the locker room for like one day with 4 different outfits on. Like, we getting that work in, like in the gym with like 6 different shirts on, like in the Colts gym, you know what I mean? And they're just catfishing the shit. I've personally watched like 40 to 50 guys do it to people, I'd assume.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they're flexing all over the place, just lying to people completely, just like old Precious did.
I'd say before my current relationship, I lied for the first 3 months of every other relationship I've ever had. Like, you're just a nicer, different person. You're not your real person for the first few months. So technically, you're catfishing and lying. And then your real person shows.
I would say that's pretty accurate. Like you hide things about yourself that you know may not put you in the best light with that person. They're in the first little bit of dating.
Well, I'd ask you: is it hiding it, or is it like kind of doling it out
Yeah,
slowly?
in
Because
steps.
in a
You
way,
will lie about things you like that you don't like, though, just because she likes it, shit like that. You know what I mean?
And then the reveal happens.
I love pegging.
Yeah.
get the kid again.
It was to the strap on.
Yeah, no, I got it. I liked it.
I didn't hear. I forgot Todd was got fucked in the ass.
I mean, but do you think maybe as you get older and you get to know yourself, you stop doing that?
I think
Because
so.
Oh, yeah.
in a weird way, you're really just wasting your own time. Because if you're telling her that you like to go hear live music in the park, like, you know, like when you lie to chicks that you think are like really smart and you tell them you like jazz and you're like, oh, no one likes jazz. And so like, you know, you have to, after a certain point, you're like, I'm going to tell this girl what I'm about. Like, hey, I'm kind of, I used to be a wild boy. I'm trying to settle down. I got this podcast going. I got this show going. But this is me. If you like it, cool. If not, yo, let's finish this drink and we'll keep it moving. And I think like the girl that you're meant to be with or the dude you're meant to be with will respect that. Because I'm 41. I don't really have time to be like,
You're 41.
yeah.
You look like you're in like your late 20s, early 30s. Good for you, man.
It's a lot of work to pretend to
Pat's
like
about to hit it later.
all those things.
Well, I'm just saying.
Well, I have a theory about this, and it's like it has to do with because of the age I'm at now. So, the older you get, like the less testosterone your body produces, all that stuff chemically, it starts to slow you down. Your sex drive goes down the older you get. So, the older you get, like the better person you become.
1000%
Because
agree.
it's hard. If you're a very sexually driven person, it's hard to also be a very good person. You know what I mean?
That's super
Like
honest.
young people that don't have a strong sex drive, those are our saints. Those are the people that go to Haiti twice a year to build hospitals for kids. I mean, that's just a real thing.
right.
Those are your Peace Corps. That's your Peace Corps right there.
You're 1,000% right.
Yes,
Dude,
yes.
that's so real because if you do have a strong sex drive, you are going to say and do whatever you have to do to get laid.
You will manipulate.
And yeah, do you live here? Yeah, I live here in Louisville. Where do you live? Round the corner. Like, yeah, you're gonna do something to satiate that sex drive. And as you get older, and that thing goes, you're just like, hey, I just want somebody to go to CVS with when I got the stomach bug. That's like what real relationship is. When you're sick,
It's taken down a lot of men, that old sex drive thing. Started wars.
They're gonna
you
sit
can
in
make the
stomach
argument
flu.
in most men.
Well, and a stomach flu, too.
Yeah.
Stomach flu also fucking ruins a lot of
great.
people, man.
Yeah.
I think
That
what's
was-
going around the office.
Yeah, I had that north and south one time. That stomach
yeah.
flu, night before audition.
man.
That was the first time I was like, yeah, when you got to make that real selfish choice, like when you're throwing up on the toilet and you know, like you either got to go for the trash can or stay on the toilet.
The legs.
That's the first major decision you have in your life. What do I want to do? Do I want to clean up a combo of both?
You're a dad, right?
Yes, father 3.
Yeah. How's that going?
Dude, really good, man.
Yeah.
Really
What are the
good.
ages?
12, almost 11, and 5.
Oh, that's the busy ages too.
Dude, it's
You're
crazy.
Probably busier than you've ever been in your life.
Yeah, because my kids are still
work-wise and
yeah,
off.
my kids are in really good schools in LA, and I got I'm not gonna pull them out of LA to have them go to Denver, and then the show gets canceled, and then we're effed. So I go back to LA every weekend. So I really just use United like a bus. I get on the 5. I really do. I get on the 5:35 on Friday. I get to LA at roughly 7:15, and I take the 10-ton out on Sundays. And we do it like that. It's and first of all, shout out to the Facebook portal. We have breakfast every morning. That Facebook portal's changed the game for
A lot of people are getting that.
Is
Dude.
that the what's the name commercial?
Neil Patrick Harris
Patrick
walking
Harris.
around the
It's
house.
crazy. It's really
It follows you, right?
It follows you.
It
So
locks
like
in on you
you
and
don't have to
follows you.
like stop and be like, oh, hold on, let me go to the next room. Like you could be like cutting onions and go and throw something away and be like, hold on, go take a piss, come back, open the refrigerator, and you're just talking like the person's in the room. It's really
It must be easy to use too, because my sister got one for my mom, so that she could talk to her grandkids there, and my mom has no problem using it. So I
you
assume
literally
it's as
it
dummy
has
proof
a
as
cord.
possible.
There's no other cord. It's just a cord to plug it in and put your Facebook account on, and anybody you're friends with on Facebook, you just Todd McComas, and just push it, and it just calls you.
Wow.
You don't have to. As long as you can use your finger. You
Yeah.
can use it.
Zuckerberg
it's dope.
is now in every house with eyes on everything. That dude is next level. I mean, I watched Social Network this weekend, and it's to think that was a hot or not app, and now you got fucking Al Jackson talking to his kids while making breakfast in
Yeah.
Denver.
Yes.
That's incredible,
man.
It's incredible.
How are you with internet privacy? Are you guys really crazy about that, or do you not care? Or
They're listening to everything.
Yeah.
I mean everything. Everything.
I personally don't mind that my feed, the ads in my feed, actually pertain to shit I really want.
Yeah.
And
I
I don't
kinda
get
thought
flooded
that
with useless
too.
shit anymore. I kind of dig it. Like every ad, boom. Oh, those jeans look awesome. You know what I mean?
Dude, yeah.
But they are specifically targeting guys like you, though, Todd.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that is like my mom and my dad are just the targets of this type of thing.
And not only that, though, it is listening through the mic, because
yeah. Mm-hmm.
you'll be having a conversation about something specific, like a trip. You'll be talking about, oh, I'd like to go to Bermuda, and boom, here's some fucking flight deals.
Options.
To go to, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is nice, actually.
I enjoy it.
little personal
only-
assistant in
I
there.
only shop off.
Yeah, I think we're
Instagram.
in too deep to actually worry about it. Like, there's no getting out.
There's
or
no getting out unless you're going to be like a wild Alaska off the grid.
Yeah.
Like there's really, what are you going to do? If you have an email address, if you have social media, if you have a debit card, what do you?
They
how
got a
do you-
full profile, and there's nothing you can do.
I also got. I mean, I got nothing to hide. I mean,
Yeah.
like what? Nobody cares.
I know.
See, nobody cares.
And then are they trying to deny that they're listening to the mic?
Is there people?
Yeah, the people behind the apps. Are they trying to
I
lie
think
about
they
it?
have to. I think they have to be like, no, we don't do that.
Yeah.
It's just their trends. We follow their activities, and we can guess what they like. And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Just 3 minutes ago, I was talking about this, and you just showed up right in my thing. It's-
Literally after every podcast episode, because our phone's set up here, every ad that we do in here shows up in my feed.
That's
Those
crazy.
companies are flooding my
But do you
feed.
think eventually they're just gonna be like, yeah, we're doing it. What are you gonna do about it, pussy? Yeah. You remember like there used to be like everybody had that conspiracy theory that like, yo, my iPhone, the battery's getting worse, and like every
Yeah.
time they come out with a new one, it doesn't work as well. And I think they want us to buy new phones, and then they got sued by like some company in Switzerland, and they were like, yeah, we're doing that, and everybody's like, all right. Like what are you gonna
fucking
do?
said it,
Not
bro.
have a fucking cell phone?
We knew it.
Did you see what was going on last week? It was going around the internet. People were doing it. You go into your Instagram and you go settings, security, and then ads, and you could see like what your ads are supposed to be in Instagram. And I think Instagram is trying to throw us off because like mine were not even close. Like mine were, well, money in Game of Thrones makes sense. But then my other ad interests were triathlons, member states of the Council of Europe, stock, G20 major economies, and coast-to-coast mixtapes, which I did start a SoundCloud/Digs with 6 Z's. But like, I think Instagram is actually trying to throw us off and make us think that they aren't listening.
Where's this at? I'm in
Tonyo.
there right now.
So let me make
Settings, security,
settings, security, and then ads maybe.
access data.
Access data and then ads. Scroll down and see if you can find ads.
It is kind of. Oh yeah, view all adds interest.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
What do you got?
Shopping and fashion,
Okay.
shoes, physical fitness.
Okay. Those are okay.
Physical exercise, video games.
Oh, let's go.
I gotta stop hanging around Zito. Football. Parentheses soccer.
Oh.
Yeah, they're listening.
Sports.
Were you guys talking about women's soccer at all?
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
We were just talking about the
That's- yeah.
Women's World Cup.
Sports, hotels, basketball, automobiles. So they see me play basketball. They see me check into hotels. I drive, obviously.
Yours aren't bad. Mine.
Mine are spot.
The triathlon and G20 summit. Maybe I need.
I know why that is.
Something might
It's
be on.
because of all the likes of all the foreign Instagram models that you have in the different countries.
UN. This dude loves the United Nations.
Okay, I got a
I've
question.
stopped doing that.
About all this.
You're a new
If you
man,
guys,
bro.
if you hired a personal assistant that did all the shit that we're kind of mad at Instagram for doing, would you feel the same way? Like if you hired somebody and their whole goal was to stay employed and keep you happy, Pat, they would be like, what is he into? Football, women's soccer, traveling, making sure his travel's easier, finding deals for him. So, like, why are we mad that our phones do that?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Because,
really
you're-
not.
because the person who works for you, you would hope it's on an NDA. So
Yeah.
that's the
Exactly.
biggest difference there
Yeah.
between Instagram and an assistant.
Yeah.
But it is all this information at some point is gonna. It's either going to very much help society or completely fuck society. I mean, something's going to happen.
I
right?
think they have everything.
Everything.
They lock down like what people, they have it broken down: age, race, religion, liberal, conservative, gay, straight. They figured it out, but some of it is being used obviously for political reasons to send people to certain sites to aggravate certain groups. But a lot of it, I think, is just like, people that live in Charlotte don't really care. They could care less about this thing going on in California. Let's market this festival that they do seem to like. They really like barbecue and shit there. So let's market this there. I think it's more like, how can we make money off you guys, which
Correct.
is really what this country is built on.
Well, which I respect. How do you feel about the 23andMe's and all that shit? Because that stuff's starting to come out now that it's catching murders for like 25 years. Like the Golden State Killer, I guess. That thing,
Yeah.
they tracked down somebody's DNA from somebody in the family, and then they tracked it back all the way to this guy who was a cop, right? 20-some years ago. He was the one that was doing the Golden State killing. And it was because of the 23andMe and the health kits. It's like they literally know everything. They even know
I
your
got
DNA.
a crazy story for you, man.
All right.
And it's going to start out super depressing, but it's life. When my mom was 15 and she was a young girl in Mississippi, she got raped by this dude. And back then they used to make women carry the baby to term, and then because you were an unwed mother, especially under 18, they sent you to what was called like a home for wayward girls, and they made you had the baby there, and then you were forced to give the baby up for adoption. So my mom gave her a name, and then for the rest of my mom's life, she's been like looking for her daughter. And so she told me about this maybe like, I'm 41 now, so I was probably like 20, 29, just home in Cleveland visiting. And she was like, I have something to tell you. This happened, so you definitely have a sister. I've been looking for her for years. My mom has her shit together, 2 masters, a PhD. And she's just like, but you have a sister out there. I can't find her, but I just want you to know, in case something happens to me, like you do have a sister. And so smash cut to 2 years after that. No. 15 years after that conversation, but like 2 years ago, my mom is on 23andMe trying to figure out why everybody in my family is lactose intolerant. Gets an email from the website saying that there's a user on here that has 50% of your DNA. Gets an email, would you like to be connected to him? She says yes. Then gets an email from a woman that's like, I think I'm your daughter.
Wow. Let's go.
My mom meets her daughter, and she is, and then because she lives in Charleston, South Carolina, she has a master's in social work. My mom has a master's in social work. Her husband's an author. He actually did the autobiography on that Dylan Roof kid, the guy that shot those 9 church parishioners. So they're like a real dope couple. I went and met my sister, and dude, like biologically, that's my sister. Like we connected instantly. She looks like my mom. She laughs like my mom. So I think a lot of it, it's going to be it's going to be good and bad because a lot of people like me are going to be meeting their sister or their long lost daughter. But a lot of people going to be figuring out like that ain't your daddy, dog.
Correct. That's what I always say.
You know, and it's just like, so it's like, how much information do you want to know? You know, and so, I mean, obviously it worked out well for me, but I know
There's some Maury Povich situations coming right down the pipe.
Absolutely.
A lot of comics, been a lot of Rolling Stones out there.
How's your relationship with her today? I mean,
Very close.
You're still with her, still communicating?
We talk every couple of days.
Nice.
Like, yeah, we're really close. I'm actually planning to fly. That's the thing. When you have 3 kids, every fucking trip is like, you might as well just back up a gold dump truck to United Airways. But yeah, we're all gonna go out there in a couple weeks because they live in Charleston, South Carolina, which is beautiful anyway. So.
Yeah, great
It is
place.
a cool place.
And I forgot the best part of the story, dude. So how did I forget this? And it's just crazy how life works out, dude. So the first time I go to visit my mom and meet my sister in Charleston, I only really had time to go for a day because I had to fly out. It's a long-ass flight from Denver, so I had to fly out. We had the whole day Saturday, and I had to fly out Sunday. So I get there Saturday, meet her, we're chopping up, talking. I'm meeting family members I never met before. Beautiful day. So we go out to the bars later, me and my mom, my sister and her husband, and this dude, I'm like, oh, he must be one of my uncles. And so I'm talking with this guy, connecting. I'm like, man, this guy's good looking, funny. I like this dude a lot. And then like it slowly started to hit me. It's like, oh, this dude is trying to date my mom. Like, I'm not related to him at all. He was like a friend of my sister and her husband. And so I'm like, you just realize you've been cock blocking? Because like, I'm like in the middle of the two of them are gigantic. So I'm like, so what are we doing? And I was like, oh, I'm that dude. And I was just like, when I found out like that they were on a first date, I like pulled my mom in a unisex bathroom at a bar in Charleston. And I was like, this is the dude. I was like,
you were for it.
Oh my
Nice.
God, yeah. I was like, this is the dude that I've been waiting for you to get. Like, funny, good looking, like got his shit together, financially settled, just got everything. And they are getting married in like 3 months.
Nice.
So
Because
it's
of
like,
23andMe.
yeah. So my mom met her husband and her daughter through that.
You guys should be on the commercial.
Yeah,
Dude,
you should
for
be
real,
the commercial.
man.
And maybe they'll pay for the United flights.
Exactly. I fly my freaking kids out there.
I wish we had an ad read for them this episode. We don't, but you guys can look up a previous one where we did. We do have a promo code on there where you get a discount.
Yeah.
That's, good shit's happening on there.
Dude, craziness, man. Life is crazy because I mean, I couldn't imagine as somebody that has children, like knowing that you had a kid out there in the world, but not knowing where they were. You know, I couldn't imagine like how that emptiness or just like knowing that there's a part of you out there. So, I mean, I feel like for my mom to meet her daughter was so like that, like completed her life.
Yeah, that would give her so much closure.
Dude, it's everything.
Yeah.
Was your sister looking for your mom at
Yes.
the same time? I
Yeah,
mean, so
she
like,
was. Oh, and the reason that went down and like how she couldn't find her was because the way it went back then is like once, like let's say you gave your kid up for adoption and you named him Nick, so you could not find him, they would take it and name him Anthony.
Right.
And so like then you're looking for somebody named Nick and you'll never
with
find
names.
them. So it's like that's why she could never find her daughter. It's because the name that they gave her was not the name that she ended up with. But those people in 1950 or whatever didn't anticipate genetic testing being available or even what genetics were. So
This Father's Day, get $50 off 23andMe's Health and Ancestry Kit at 23andMe.com/Heartland.
Yes, there it is.
Yeah.
What a beautiful product. Now I'm even more behind it.
dude, it's a real thing.
And I'm never against police being able to use it. Like, you know, if you murdered somebody 30 years ago and you were dumb enough
Pay
to
up.
spit in this thing and send
Pay
it
up,
in,
dude.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know, Todd. You get on there and you find out you have 6 more gators running around back there.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Pay what you owe. And also, like, there's a lot of innocent people that could be let out
Yeah,
with
yeah.
genetics. So, like, let's just get that done and get people that need to be home. Yeah, but
Absolutely, dude. So what do you you were a teacher for how long before you got into stand-up?
5 years?
5 years?
Yeah, taught
What'd you
middle
teach?
school science.
Oh, science?
Yeah, I got a degree in biology and a master's in biomedical sciences. So I was really just teaching middle school because I wanted to take a little time before I applied to medical school. And then once I started teaching middle school, then I started writing jokes about teaching middle school. And then next thing you know,
Really? So you were thinking about being a doctor at one point?
Not thinking. I was.
That was your plan?
Yeah, I mean, all my friends are doctors. I would say
Really?
half my friends, all my ex-girlfriends are doctors. My best friend is a surgeon in Malibu. My other homeboy's a pediatric surgeon. Like, all my friends are doctors.
Where'd you go to school at for it?
I went to Brown for my last 2 years.
Oh,
I went to a
look at you.
small black school for my first 2 years and transferred to Brown for my last 2. And then I did medical research at Rhode Island Hospital for 2 years under a grant. And then moved down to Miami to go to graduate school at Barry University down there. And went to graduate school for 2 years. And then after grad school, I taught middle school science before I applied to medical school. And then while I was kind of treading water, you know, first of all, being in Miami, I was just like, I don't know if I want to leave this. Miami, man, back then, early 2000s, there's like this, I don't know if we're like the last generation of people that just like got to live without like the internet hawking everything. We're like, I feel like I can't relax in public at all or like do anything. I feel like every little thing could be misconstrued or like, what are you doing and why are you drunk and like what? So it's just like that. There was a period of time where you could just do whatever, and it was all forgotten in the morning.
Nobody
I feel a lot of pressure to act perfectly in public now. So, like, if I don't wash my hands for the full 45 seconds to a minute, I feel like somebody's going to say that I'm a disgusting, grimy person.
Yeah,
If they're-
Instagram story, nice, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a real thing.
It's a real thing.
Real thing.
I actually feel that way. It's a whole different. But back in the day, it was so awesome. Man.
It was, and we just didn't know it. We just didn't know how great it was to just be anonymous and just like go out and just rip it up with your homeboys and get home and do it all again the next day. And also like not have the pressure to feel like you had to record your fun. Exactly. You know,
Yep.
like I see people like partying and like hanging out with Pat and the fellas. Like, what? If you're really partying, like you don't got time, and you can't because you don't need a phone out because some people are married. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't. I kind of miss that. I miss the kind of like wild, wild west of how it was before the internet.
Yeah,
I agree with
went out to have drinks with Mitrione after the comedy show at Helium. So we have 2 drinks there, and I'm tired. I'm like, I'm an old man. I'm like, hey, I'm ready to go home. And he was like, you know, Mitrione, the Hurricane. No, I don't get down there very often to hang out. So he's grabbed me like just jokingly, but he's a big mixed martial artist, so I can't get away. And he's like, no, we're going to go for one more beer. He's taking me to a place. And then I woke up the next morning and some dude was like, I just saw McComas getting dragged out of Kilroy's last night. Like I was a big fucking drunk. And I'm like,
What?
You know, so what happened at all? Like he was just playing around.
It's the way things go, man. You see a snippet of 10 seconds, you know the entire story.
Yeah.
That's the way the internet is.
Perception's everything. And they're gonna just fill in the blanks if they don't know it.
Oh, here's what happened.
Fire it off.
And I just feel like we're at a period of time where like dudes just do not get the benefit of the doubt at all. It's like I'm not saying that we're not always the perpetrator, but like women are 51% of the population and they fuck up too.
Oh, let's put this in
Nope, I disagree, Al.
Glad you took that stance.
I put in here's the scariest thing of all. You get someone like Pat's level's fame or even higher, and a fan comes up who is an attractive female, and you're at a bar, right? And you're having drinks, and she just comes up and says, "Hey, I just want to tell you I love the show. Thanks so much. I listen every week. Blah blah blah." Okay, cool. And then somebody in the background is snapping a fucking story and says, "McAfee got game," or fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
it
I go
could
home, my
ruin your
house is
life.
on fire.
It could ruin your life. Literally can ruin your life.
Yeah.
That 2 seconds.
It's a weird thing. Y'all seen the pictures of Keanu Reeves?
Oh, yeah, the hands
Yeah,
off.
I've been
It's
on
like
that. That was on our comedian group thread 2 or 3 years ago when all this Me Too stuff was all first starting to come out. And at first I was like, that's a little crazy, but I was like, is it? You know, just in that, like, and I'm not saying that women are lying at all. Now, I believe a lot of that shit because the stuff that I saw just going down in comedy clubs in the early 2000s, like, your place would be shuttered if that happened now. But, like, there used to, like, clubs, they'd be like, yo, we got this new waitress, Ashley, look at her ass. Ashley, come in here. And, like, make her turn around. Like, but it wasn't crazy. It was just like, it was how things, so I do understand that movement needed to happen. I'm glad it happened. But at the same time, as a person with a certain level of fame or just any career aspirations to not be labeled a dirtbag on the internet forever, you got to protect yourself. And, like, I don't know, like, I don't know how you take pictures, Pat, but, like, if it's
Selfie.
You do the selfie.
I take a selfie. I'd grab their phone and I take a selfie, and you normally will see my entire body basically in the picture.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I lean my shoulder kind of into them, and I do like I hate for the thumb, but I'm like, yo, this dude right here.
Yeah, or the point.
Yeah,
So
the point.
No
like,
one
yo,
guesses what's going on with your arm
so
behind.
like, so you can't like unless I'm reaching my hand behind my back and grabbing that like this, you know, and it's like I'm protecting them and I'm protecting myself, and I mean, if that's how it's got to be, if somebody's got a daughter, I'm fine with that. You know, because there were egregious things happening at work forever. So, you know, if it's got to be like that, I'm cool with it.
It's a new world, man.
It is. Hey, right now, like, 'cause you got some cool shit going on. You have a great life. You have a great career. What would be the end game for you? Like, if you could write your own ending to this story, what would it be?
Oh, man.
Good question.
Career-wise.
I just want to, you know, I'd love to. I really like where I am now. I'm in the process of writing a script, and I just
Okay.
finished a children's book that I wrote. So I'm doing that, and then so I'd like to write a couple more books, and my goal would be to sell a couple scripts and do a couple Netflix specials.
Nice.
What type of scripts? Is it like a sitcom?
It's a movie. It's basically about me and the homies being on. We did 2 kind of semi-world tours, not world tours. We can go to South America, but Canada, U.S. Virgin Islands, fuck off.
International. It's an international tour.
Japan. We got that. So it's like, you know, but just like, you know, really, it's basically like a black male Sex in the City. We're just men dealing with relationships and shit like that, and like.
You need a white guy in there?
Being 100, dude. For my second script, that's we get the first one done.
Hey.
We'll incorporate.
If you
We're
need
gonna call
a
you
token
White Patch.
white guy, I will
you
come
go.
flying in there, man.
Dude, Pat, I don't know, dude. You're like not a token white dude. Let's keep it 100.
Well, I respect it, but if you need to get the white people number, the quota, I will be the.
We want to be on as many screens as possible. You're gonna open in Inglewood and Chicago. Shit.
But on the other hand, Al, if you do need a token white man, then I am your guy.
I got my next door neighbor. It is weird to me, like how I do understand that token white guy does exist in real life, but I know a lot of white guys and none of them, they're like y'all. They're never like, how's that hip hop music, man? I'm like, what? It's just like such an old school, it's like how Richard Pryor reenacted white guys, but it's like from the 70s. It's
Right.
like, I don't.
They're all at the Colonial place, man.
There it is. Store-bought wives. Smeller, fresh out the plastic.
Smeller.
Before I forget, you're at Go Bananas in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I forgot I had a show tonight.
Right?
Tonight?
Tonight and all weekend, right?
Yeah, tonight, tomorrow, and
You got a
Saturday.
show tonight?
Yeah, dude.
So Friday and Saturday, if you're listening to this, you'll be able to go check him out, Cincinnati. If you're we usually go within a 7.5 hour driving radius
That's right.
of that club. That's a reasonable driving distance because he, as a performer, would drive that far.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be afraid to get in the car and travel a little bit because the show is way worth it.
7.5 hours?
Amazing.
7.5
Sure.
hours?
That's how I gauge. Like, that's as far as I will drive to perform for a show. So I think if you're willing to watch the show, you should have the same expectations of yourself.
If you drive 7.5 hours from here, where will you be? West. How far could you get?
The plains.
Memphis.
I know,
covers a lot.
I know if you go east,
Memphis
it'd be
going south.
East would be Central PA.
Yeah.
Central, East. Okay, Central PA, like Clarion, like that kind of.
Oh, look at
Even
you.
a little
little bit
farther
past,
past
like,
that.
Look at you,
Lancaster.
little-
Dude, I'm from the Midwest, though. I started as a road comic, so I know I-80. I know, like, I could tell you where a Hampton Inn is to shit.
It's 5.5 to Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
it's reasonable, but I'll draw it in. Hey, if you live somewhere that close enough distance that you're comfortable in driving, the show's well worth it.
Oh,
You
look
should
at
definitely
you,
check it out.
Todd. That was very nice of you to do that for the
Well,
people.
I live it up. I realize they're not getting paid to go watch you, so it's not exactly the same scenario, but to travel a little bit.
They're getting paid in
Yeah,
less.
it's a great show and it's a great club there. So hey, will you hang out with us to do some
Dude,
Friday Bangers?
I'm not going anywhere, man.
Sweet, dude. If you're on YouTube, you're watching us on YouTube, this is it for you because you can't listen to copyrighted music. Not our policy, theirs. But we still love you. We'll see you later because now it's time for Friday Bangers.